welcome to Night Coop.
Welcome to a brand new episode. This is a special episode.
A very special episode. We're doing a throwback episode.
Yes, we are.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
My loneliness is killing me, and I must confess.
Whenever you're done.
I still believe.
You good?
Yep.
All right.
All right. Had to see it all the way through.
Of course.
What if I found out I was a phenomenal singer right then and there?
Right.
But no, that last note, still believe. Yeah, I can't.
All of a sudden, we have like 20 phones. They're all ringing.
I've set off every electrical tower in the city. We are doing a throwback episode. Currently, as you are watching this, I will be touring around in Portland. So if you want to come see us show, you let me know.
I'll be here.
And Allie will be here. Yeah, it's what a life we live, huh? So we're doing a throwback episode.
Throwback episode because we wanted to keep the news current. But how could it be current if the episode was not?
Exactly.
And therefore, the episode must not be current.
Right.
It must be a time capsule.
Of an episode.
That's right.
Right.
So we're going to bring it back to our childhood, things that we experienced growing up, news from when we were growing up. That
stories,
was
yeah.
big time stuff.
Big time
We're going
stories.
to try and keep that maybe light. I'm not sure. But
Yeah, I think mine are pretty, I mean, they're light, but they're not. You know what I'm saying?
Mine are very, very
Yeah.
similar.
I mean, we're not talking about 9/11.
That's the
We're not doing
biggest
9/11.
one that it was like, okay,
Yeah.
you both were 9. Are you going to talk about it?
No. No, we're not. We're not.
We're not.
I think we get it.
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah. And if you
Not
don't get
that
it,
it's not important to talk.
of course, right. We're just not the voice.
No,
We're not the voice.
right people.
Everyone knows it. Everyone knows how you feel about 9/11, which is that you wish it didn't happen.
Of course.
That's
Of
really
course.
the whole thing.
And by not talking about it, we now have
All right.
the news.
The news. What's
Back
your first
Back
story?
in our day. My first story.
Soupy,
He always
his timing of needing water
is really
unmatched.
really unmatched. My first story, have to cover it
Yeah.
during the Super Bowl halftime show.
What a mess.
Justin Timberlake pulling off by mistake, of course, wardrobe malfunction of Janet Jackson's shirt, exposing her titty.
Which, in the scope of everything, isn't that bad.
No, but for the time period, it seemed insane. And the reason why I wanted to talk about it and bring it up is because I remember our specific reaction to it was this was right when when TiVo was like big.
Yes.
And so our parents had missed it at first and were like, what just happened? They pause and they're like, kids, like, leave.
Go downstairs. We go to the basement.
Kelly and I run to the basement, and we run in circles in the basement, just yelling because we had seen something we shouldn't have seen.
But in our defense, okay, when we were younger, our parents were very conservative about what they showed us.
Yeah,
we didn't know anything about
just like the idea of us going wah! And
like screaming because we saw a woman's tit. I know, it is wild. It is wild. Yeah. Well, the other thing is, you know, why on earth? And I don't blame her, obviously, at all, which was the big issue of the whole thing.
Of course.
So many people blamed Janet Jackson. It's like, she's not the one that...
Yeah, and in no way, shape, or form is it her fault.
No. But she got ostracized because it was her.
It was her.
Right. And since then, Justin Timberlake has performed at the Super Bowl, but people are saying she'll probably never, ever do it again. Ever.
It was a crazy event. It was also the event that made it so that live TV was 5 seconds behind. So that if anything happened like this again, they could catch it before the world sees it.
It's like, do you want your ratings to plummet or what?
I mean, honestly.
Let it rip. Why can't we just see what happens? And if they did have that, why didn't they pull the camera away when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock?
See, but I think they can't necessarily pull the camera away, but what they did was like mute what he was saying. Like they could mute it.
Oh.
But I'm like, you can't mute a titty.
No. And how dare you even try to silence one? Yeah, that whole scenario was crazy because, as usual, the woman was blamed. Whatever.
Yeah.
Who I want to blame?
It was huge news.
I want to blame the fashion designer. What kind of top? What are we doing?
What were you making?
I mean, no room for error.
It was like the one stitching was right directly around the titty. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
What kind of shirt is this?
Not a good move.
No.
Not a good move.
No. But that's my first story that was, it was so, I'm not saying it was important because it really was in the grand scheme of things not important at all, but it was so huge when it happened.
Yeah. Now people showing the titty on TV for nothing.
Yeah, for nothing at all.
For nothing. No scandal, no nothing.
It's an honor to be showing your titty on TV. That's what they make it seem like these days.
That's what
Thank you so much for letting me show my titty on here. That's what
they
people are talking about.
I know. Well, what was it? That girl from Euphoria, Sydney Sweeney, she went on TV, and I guess her grandma or something saw the Euphoria episode where they show her tits and stuff, and her grandma was like, "You have the best tits in Hollywood." That's where we're at. That's where we're
rocks.
at. I know.
Rocks.
But I could never.
I couldn't.
If I got a role where I was showing titty, which that's never going to happen, but if I did, I would be like, Mom and Dad, you cannot watch this.
You cannot.
I'm sorry everyone else can, but you cannot. Yeah, I wouldn't allow it. Okay, my first story. Okay. So this is interesting to me because we just kind of over the past 4 or 5 years watched Grey's Anatomy for the first time and everything. So Isaiah Washington from Grey's Anatomy, and if I'm correct about this, he played Dr. Burke, the one that hooks up with Sandra Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, let me make sure I'm correct about this. Hold on. Yes, he played Dr. Burke, who, okay, so apparently he got fired from the show because he said a gay slur in regards to T.R. Knight.
Who's T.R. Knight?
He's fucking, what's his face? The cutie patootie. The little guy. George. He says it to George, yeah. Because T.R. Knight is gay. And he said it behind, so Shonda Rhimes, the woman that made the show, fired him, okay? So he gets fired, and then get this. He's caught backstage at the Golden Globes saying it again. You're not sorry. You're not sorry.
You're not sorry at all.
You said it again.
What's your problem, man?
What's your problem with it?
What's your problem, man?
I don't know. But now I'm thinking of Dr. Burke, and quite frankly, I always thought Dr. Burke was a bit of an asshole in the show.
Well, bad.
And now I'm like, oh, it's because you weren't playing a character. You're an asshole.
He's an asshole.
Yeah. Well, I guess now he's trying to prove that he's reformed and, doesn't say things like that. And I'm like, but you did it twice.
You literally you got caught one time and you were like, no, I'm doubling down.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's crazy to me because Grey's Anatomy was huge. I know it was huge.
It was huge.
Huge. So, of course, there's drama with the stars, but you don't even...
We were too young for it at the time to be like... to be paying attention to the drama within that, because when we were that age, they were like, it was an adult show. You're adults.
Exactly. You're adults.
You're adults.
But you know what's... this is the thing about shows today. First of all, there are so many. Second of all, no scandals. What's the deal? Enough about this. I mean, the show is one thing.
Publicists are too good at the job nowadays.
I know. Mess it up a little bit, huh?
I mean, honestly.
Do it for the show. I'm not saying actually go, insane trying to fucking entertain us with your drama.
Right.
But, lean into it. Like if it would be great if somebody that's popping off right now, even Sydney Sweeney from Euphoria, she started dating everybody, I'd be like, I love this.
Yeah.
This is a blast. Yeah. Of course you're dating everybody. You can.
Yeah.
That's
You're beautiful.
the thing with Hollywood. These people are all supposed to be touching each other.
And it's supposed to be larger. You're supposed to be larger than life.
Exactly.
And you're larger than life if you're not doing anything that's...
I know.
Yeah. Step it up.
Which reminds me, you know who I found out was also a bit of a, got around a little bit, caused some drama with engagement, is Julia Roberts.
Really?
I always saw her as
She's so smiley.
I know.
It's always the smiley, friendly
She
ones,
left
the
Kiefer Sutherland.
sneaky hoes.
She left Kiefer Sutherland before they got married. She was engaged to him. Left him for his best friend.
Is that because his name was Kiefer?
I don't know. I'd be pissed if I had to say that for the rest of my life, too.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Your next story.
My next story. Oh, where'd we go? My next story. We got to talk about it. It was the biggest book and movie of our childhood. We must talk about Harry Potter. Harry Potter was released in 1997. And to this day, we are still asking each other what Harry Potter house they're in.
Yeah, I mean, it's equal to zodiac signs. It's just as important.
It really is.
Probably more important, actually.
For me, yeah.
I feel like they're more accurate.
I feel like they are too.
Like, it's actually a personality test, not based on your birth. And I'm not discounting astrology. Literally, today I bought a necklace that has the Taurus symbol on it. Okay. Like, I'm for it. Mm-hmm. But Harry Potter, to me, she did a brilliant job of just the characteristics of everybody and how they, like, even if you're like, oh, there's no way that person is so and so, then they reveal it in the book.
Yeah, and I'm not saying, hey, listen, I'm not saying I agree with everything this woman has to say.
Yeah, she's under fire. She
needs to shut her fucking mouth. Yeah, that's how I truly feel.
Stick to the books.
Stick to the book.
Stick to the book.
You wrote a great book, okay? You wrote 7 great books.
Clearly,
8 books total. Something like that. For the Harry Potter?
Like that. But clearly, your world that you thrive in is a wizard world.
It's a wizard world. Your politics are not.
You know, I just don't. I don't understand. Also, because I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I feel like the community that she has spread hatred towards, that she's a TERF, right? Trans exclusive.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it was like,
You know that probably a lot of trans people were big fans of you, right?
Yeah, like a lot of people who felt out of place within their childhood loved Harry Potter. So for you to have that mindset is really strange.
Yeah, it's like you did a whole story about a boy at the time, who lived in a closet.
Yeah, it's not as though you wrote a book about the war in Vietnam.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You didn't talk about...
And you turn it around and you're like, yeah, I got some conservative views. And everybody's like, that checks out. I mean...
Yeah, it's very bizarre. It's odd. But Harry Potter itself was a phenomenon.
It was a phenomenon. It was, every time a film came out... I didn't read the books.
We didn't read the books.
I was assigned one book for summer reading in 5th grade. Couldn't make it through the first
chapter.
Why
would I read the book when the movie is that good?
Why would I do that? That's a way. A book takes me 12 hours to read on a good day if I'm feeling speedy.
Some of those movies take 12 hours too.
But I mean, the movies is 2.5 hours. I'm all about efficiency. Get it done. Let me know what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, the fun part about Harry Potter was every time you watched it, you saw how they changed and we kind of grew up alongside. We grew up with them. Yeah, it was like I have changed as well.
The first movie came out, I believe, in 2001.
So we were 8.
So yeah, we grew up with them. Yeah. And I think they were 11 when they first went to school or
10 or 11, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was an iconic time.
Loved it.
Truly was.
Loved it. Okay. My next thing. Okay, I want to talk about the BP oil spill.
Oh, shit.
Because I knew it was bad, and I'm sure you did as well. This was, I believe, in 2011.
Yeah.
I knew it was bad as well, but I didn't realize how bad it was. It exploded, killed 11 people, and up to 4.2 million barrels of oil went into the ocean.
Million?
Million. I know. The whole thing like stopped offshore drilling for a minute.
I didn't know it was that much.
Neither did I. I thought, okay, obviously any amount of oil in the ocean is bad, but I did not.
4.2 million barrels. How did this happen? I don't remember exactly.
I don't know if they even really. It was just an explosion. I mean,
yeah.
When you're working with chemicals and shit like that.
Well, they need to name it something other than a spill. I wouldn't call that a spill.
Yeah, spill makes it seem like you tipped over a glass of milk.
Yeah, you spilled.
Oh, I spilled it.
We'll clean it up in 5,
Yeah, no, this was a disaster.
You destroyed.
But BP is trying to come back. They changed their logo and everything, and it's like, you can't come back from that.
Cut your losses.
Shut it down, Go back to, go to renewable energy.
Yeah.
Go to something else to prove that you're not, pieces of shit that drop 4.2 million barrels of oil into the water.
Yeah. That's no good.
I know.
That was bad.
That was really bad.
That was really bad.
Yeah.
In 2010, 2011? Yeah.
Yeah. But back then, I mean, I didn't know.
Yeah, we were like, what, 17?
Yeah, but when you live 16, in Connecticut, 17? You don't really know anything about oil. Why would you?
Yeah,
not an oil area.
That's true. It's not an oil area.
But if you lived in Texas or you lived, in Central California where there's a bunch of oil rigs, when you hear that, you go, holy moly.
Yeah, you can kind of like paint a picture as to what that would
look like. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was gnarly. I remember seeing pictures of it on Tumblr.
Yeah.
Like pictures of a crane that's like, something like that.
Yeah.
That was I'm sorry to the crane covered in oil that I impersonated. Can somebody dry me off? I will never get this out of my feathers.
I simply won't recover.
By the way, I'm drinking White Claw.
I'm having Bud Light. Can I just say?
Hold on, can I breathe?
Yeah.
Soupy. Go ahead.
Can I just say that in the last a couple episodes, one of them I was drinking a glass of wine, and somebody was irritated that I was holding it by the cup part and not the stem, saying that I would affect the temperature of the wine. And I responded today, and I mean it truly. At the rate that I'm drinking my white wine, there's no room for a temperature change. You don't have to worry about my wine getting warm.
Yeah, also, I don't care.
Yeah, also.
If it's warm, okay.
All right.
It's not like
you think I haven't had warm wine?
Oh, that's sweet of you, actually. That you think I haven't gotten warm Sutter Home tiny wine bottles from the grocery store.
And chugged them.
And put them.
Before having to go in somewhere that I know would make me miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that the damn truth? You know the situation. When you got those tiny wines in your bag, or I've stuffed it in my bra before, no one's looking. I've stuffed it in my bra before, and I've taken it in with me. I've gotten a cup, and I've gone into the bathroom, and I've poured my own wine in. Yep. Because those wines are $1.50 a piece, and these places in Los Angeles, even if it's the shittiest place you've ever been, are charging you $14 for a glass of wine.
Yeah. Because they think they can get away with it. Well, you know what we can get away with? Wine in our bra.
Bitch. All right. Go ahead. Your next story.
My next story, my final story, is that in 2004...
It was a good year. Monsters, Inc. came out.
Facebook was released. And it would change all of us.
For forever.
Forever.
I mean, shit. Do you think if Facebook wasn't made, we'd be doing a podcast right now?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I mean, think of podcasts. I mean, without social media.
Yeah.
How do you promote them? How do you do it?
Facebook was it was letting people know outside of the environment you were in. It was letting people know what you were doing and whether or not you liked them.
It was brilliant.
It was brilliant.
I know how people feel about Mark Zuckerberg. I understand. I get it. But you know what? Facebook shook it up.
It really did.
Shook it up. Did. Like the light bulb. Shook it up.
Yeah.
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 You can't fault the guy. Yeah, he was a dick. Who isn't? You know?
I mean, he invented Facebook.
You know what? That's the thing, though, is you have all these people that come after Mark Zuckerberg. They go, he's evil, he's evil, blah, 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 blah. I want to talk to the people that are around you in life. You know? Are you as fucking great and innocent as you pretend to be?
And have you done anything as big as Facebook?
No, well, no. I mean, you can't. Nobody has.
I mean, hey, we're not saying he's a good guy.
No.
What we're saying is that he did something and is continuing to do something that is dictating a lot of what we do today. And so, therefore, it is wildly monumental. And The Social Network is one of the best movies that has come out in the past 20 years.
Is incredible.
It's an incredible film.
So fucking good. I will watch. I can watch that, The Day After Tomorrow, Tropic Thunder, and Good Burger as many times as I. Yeah. They're great to me every single time.
I feel the same.
And
The Day After Tomorrow was so good.
Day After Tomorrow was on FX nonstop growing up. Like, you could turn on the TV and odds are Day After Tomorrow was on during the day.
Day After Tomorrow was so good because, honestly, it made every other disaster film after that kind of inadequate because it was like they only had one disaster going on, and Day After Tomorrow was like, we're putting in all of them.
Yeah, Day After Tomorrow was like, what about a tornado in a city?
And then in another city, the whole place freezes over.
It made no sense.
It made no sense.
But it was so good. Jake Gyllenhaal, sign me up for anything he's in. I even watched that stupid little Fire movie that he was in. What was it? Not Fire. It was the police movie.
Oh, the movie where he was the cop?
The movie where he was the cop, yeah.
Yeah, we watched that. It wasn't, hey, not your best, but...
Not your best.
We watched.
We
had a good time.
Even though it wasn't your best, we watched the whole thing through. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can't fault the guy. He crushes everything.
Yeah, watch anything he's in. Watch anything Paul Dano's in. End of
Love
list.
Paul Dano. End of list. Shirley. All right. My final story. Left Eye from TLC. You know how she passed away in like 2004
yes.
or something. Okay. In like 1994, or she passed away in 2001, I think. I don't know. 1994, she burned down her boyfriend's house for not buying her a pair of sneakers.
You telling me this is the strangest thing in the world because my boyfriend Xavier told me this exact same story last Thursday.
About Left Eye burning down a house?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. And I've never, ever heard it before in my life.
Yeah, I hadn't heard it either.
That is so strange.
I knew she died, but
yeah.
We had just talked about how she died on Sunday, and I had forgotten that she even died. I'm sure I heard it a long time ago, but I had forgotten about it until Joe and Laura had mentioned it. How she had died, it was a tragedy, all this stuff. But
Did Laura tell me? I don't know.
And we were like 5 years behind TLC, you know? So like we knew TLC, but we were Destiny's Child, you know, like it wasn't, so we kind of missed all of that going on. But yeah, she was crazy. And they ended up, rest in peace, she was nuts at that point in time, you know, burning down someone's house for whatever. Yeah. But he was equally nuts because then they got engaged and were supposed to get married.
That crazy type of love.
That's a crazy type of love.
But
you know what, though? Being a celebrity back in, 1999, it's nuts out there.
Yeah.
It's nuts. Now it's like, now you could be a celebrity from your own home. So
we're in our own home.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even have to go anywhere and people will know who you are.
Yeah.
Whereas before it was like you had to be out and be seen.
Yeah.
That's my kind of celebrity. I like that kind of celebrity.
Yeah.
Be out, be seen.
Why not?
Do it.
Don't you want people being like, I was in a room with so-and-so?
Come on,
have fun
Where's
with
the
it.
fun with it?
You guys make it seem as though, you know what pisses me off? When people like do a ton of content creation, do a ton of stuff, and then they turn around and they're like, I didn't ask for this. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
What do you mean? You kept making the videos. You kept doing
You kept doing the thing.
Yeah, you wanted it.
You wanted the attention. You didn't want the negative attention.
Yeah, you didn't want the negative attention. You're having some regrets from it, maybe, sure. But to say I didn't ask for it, I didn't want it, it's like, sounds like you wanted it. You've made 600 videos.
Yeah, what are we mad about?
Wrong?
No, you're totally right.
It's just a little bit strange to me. Of course, it sucks when people are mean to you online, when people say things that they shouldn't say, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
But also, like, don't beat yourself up and say that, this just happened to you. It didn't just happen to you. You put in the effort for it to happen. And there are negative things that come along with it. So that's what it is.
That's what it is.
But it is strange to me.
It's strange to me, too.
Yeah.
You don't want the negative attention. That's what comes along with the good, guys.
That's what comes along with the good.
30% are going to like you. 30% aren't going to care. And 30 or 33,
No.
A third?
25% are going to like you no matter what. 25% are going to hate you no matter what. 50% could go either way.
Oh.
You're always...
I got
started doing the math and I was like...
Well, then I went 30. That's only 90. Where's the other 10%? So, point is, some people like you, some people don't. In the middle, don't give a shit.
That's right.
Yep. And this is a lesson that I have to remind myself constantly because sometimes I get mean comments and I am like, I am like a grump, dumb.
Yeah. The mean comments suck. Of course they do. But you have to remember that those are the people who just write mean comments and they don't actually do anything with themselves at all.
That is the truth.
And they're not fun to be around.
No, they suck. Okay. Moving on to the next segment.
Sure.
Do you want to do What the Cluck?
Sure.
You want me to go first? You go
Sure.
first? All righty. So my What the Cluck... my What the Cluck is because... I think about this and I go, how odd it was that we did this. But decorating lockers for birthdays? You had me pulling up to school an hour early to fight with other bitches to put decorations on your locker.
And bitches were fighting.
I don't know if you guys did this, but at our school, middle school, people would decorate the lockers for your birthday.
Yeah.
And it was like this thing where if you decorated, like the designated best friend had to decorate the person's locker. And if you tried to step in, it was a fucking brawl.
Yeah. And if you didn't get your locker decorated for your birthday... Whoa.
It was like,
whoa.
Yeah. And to be honest, I'm surprised they didn't say like, hey, we're not going to be doing this.
Yeah.
Because it felt very like, it's all a popularity contest all the time.
I mean, I'm shocked.
We got our lockers decorated.
I'm shocked we got our lockers decorated.
I know. And it shouts out to like Christine, Katie.
Yeah.
Those might be the two. I really can't think of.
I think maybe before 8th grade, other people.
Yeah.
8th grade is when things got a little.
8th grade is when things got salty.
Yeah.
You say you're going to private school and everyone gets all up in arms. I came back.
Well, we got kicked out of our lunch table.
Yeah.
We got kicked out of our lunch table because I told the popular girl at our lunch table that she was full of shit, which she was.
Then
we got kicked out.
How was she popular when she looked like that?
I don't know.
Because I know we didn't look great, but like she also didn't look great, and it just didn't make sense to me.
We were like talented.
I know.
We were like leads in the school play.
The whole thing was that
everybody was jealous. They were not jealous of us.
They were jealous of us. We had glasses, back braces. You had braces already.
Triple.
We were dangerous to a metal detector, I'll tell you that. But we literally, nobody liked us. I liked you and you liked me, and that's really all that we needed.
That's all that mattered.
But
they had us sit at the peanut allergy table.
We don't have a peanut allergy. Actually, come to find you later on, I actually do have a peanut allergy. It's not severe though.
But yeah, we got put there. We got literally put there. Bitch.
Well, yeah, and we got called the reject table.
Yeah, because they were like, well, there's already nerds, like those sit over there, but you
are just loud and we were like, the problem is that you and I thought each other were hilarious. by default.
We were.
So it was literally like two just morons who didn't put up with anybody's shit.
We really did not.
We didn't stay in line. That was the problem. It was literally like Keenan in Good Burger, where he's like, what's with the term maggots? You know, it was like that. It was like that our entire middle school career.
And everybody was like, you know, people aren't going to like you if you do. And Kelly and I were like, no, we understand. And then like someone would say something to us and we'd be like, you're stupid. And then it would be like, to the table, dumbasses.
Well, I was like, I am not going to be told what's cool and what's not cool by these hoes.
I know.
Well, and the other thing
so
was I had an issue. I had an issue growing up where if someone was eating very loud, very loudly with their mouth open.
Kelly's OCD got us kicked out of the lunch table.
I did have OCD, very undiagnosed, but it was bad. I had OCD about that. I had OCD about germs in high school.
Well, and it's like people would try and talk to me about it, and I'd be like,
like, I don't know.
No,
but
I defended you.
No. You defended me, but it was like, I don't know what's wrong with her, but fucking put up with her, you know? Because the thing was, these girls would like eat really disgustingly. And I would just politely, I would say, can you please close your mouth when you eat? Because the sound made me want to punch a wall. Like it was,
can you please fucking stop?
Well, it's disgusting. I was like, where are your manners?
Yeah, no.
For crying out loud, your parents make $200K a year and they can't figure out how to teach you how to shut your mouth when you eat? Good Lord.
I know.
It's like, no offense, but I don't want to see your mouth with braces covered in yogurt, you freaking goof.
Stop. You're grossing me out.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
I now have, like, this same issue.
See, I know, because it's gross.
Because of association with you.
It was gross. I wasn't wrong. And fuck them.
So our what the cluck for you would be the locker.
The locker, but also rich parents who don't teach their kids how to chew with their mouth closed.
Yeah. My what the cluck is when Kelly and I were 15 and we were in the peak of our back brace season. We were waiting outside to be picked up from our mother. Okay. We were waiting to be picked up by our mother. And in Connecticut, it gets cold. It gets so cold. One might say there's ice on the ground. We're waiting to be picked up. And my darling sister and I slip on the ice in our back braces, fall on our backs, and are unable to get up. Nobody helped us. And for that, I want to say, what the cluck could we have done that was so bad that about 75 kids looked down, saw us, and said, no.
Nope. Well, first of all, as far as I was at that school, I was invisible. It probably looked like you fell and nobody helped. I made 0.0 friends at that school.
When I finally rose after like trying to get back up, I finally get on my feet. I look down and I go, Kelly, you just have to. And Kelly looks up and she just goes, I'm just gonna stay here. The amount of defeat in your voice. That was just like, you know what? I've given it my all for a few months at this place, and I don't think it's going to work out.
Looking back at all of it, you should have just left me.
I'm sure we were in, like, our hats, too, and our coats.
And we're in the uniform. There was a uniform.
Yeah, there was a uniform.
I'm in a pleated skirt.
Knee-high socks. And
like,
clog-looking shoes.
And about, 5 pounds of plastic.
I mean, we fell.
It was so bad.
It's so bad. And so that's why I'm saying, like, honestly, like, to everybody who was there, what the clock, man? Why
you couldn't have helped us?
Nobody.
Nobody helped us.
Whatever.
All right. I'm moving on to the next topic. I literally can't. Okay. I've changed. Okay. So, growing up, I really wanted to be a marine biologist. And the reason I changed was because what they don't tell you about marine biology is that you have to do science.
Yeah, they just say it's just dolphins.
I thought it was going to be me living in, like, Zeus and Roxanne. I'm the woman gardening in the Cayman Islands. I'm the woman that loves playing with dolphins.
Yeah.
But the fact that they've managed the branding of marine biology.
Yeah.
I thought SeaWorld without the harm.
Yeah, of course.
You know, and but then I put on a swimsuit at age 8 and I went, I don't know if I could do a career in this.
Maybe
I don't know
isn't
for me. I find it hard to believe that I would feel comfortable going out at a show in a skin-tight suit dancing with dolphins. I find that hard to believe that I could pull that off. I had zero coordination. Really, truly, I think when you're young and you want to be a marine biologist, you just want to be a dolphin.
And that's okay.
And I think that's okay.
That's okay. Look at you now. You
I
pivoted
in a totally different direction. Mm-hmm. But I'm also horrible at science. I was fine at it for a second.
Yeah.
And then the second I got to high school, I was like, nope, we're not getting it. We're not getting it. And you know what? It hasn't inconvenienced me yet.
Science doesn't make any sense because there was one time. There was one time where I took a quiz in chemistry and I got a 25. Okay. And the guy says, take it again. I changed nothing. I take it again. My brain does a different calculation, I guess. I get a 100. I was like, I didn't change anything that I know of. I just guessed differently. Somehow it was all correct.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Either that or he didn't want to put up with you.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Science does make sense. I'm a big believer in science. Huh?
How have you changed?
I've changed. I didn't know that I was going to curse as much as I do. I genuinely thought when I was a child that I would not curse. I really did. And then I got a taste.
And then I got a little taste of what it was like.
I got a little taste of it. And it came crawling out of me. I always knew that I had like a sharp tongue, you know? Like I always knew that I was quick, like witted, I guess you would say. And like I would have to watch my mouth a little bit. But I didn't know that it would really feel cathartic to
let it loose,
let it rip.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Favorite swear? Do you have one?
Probably bitch. Probably.
Mine is definitely shit. Shit.
Yeah, maybe shit. You fucking asshole. Maybe.
Asshole.
Asshole's
dumbass,
a good one.
Jackass. Jackass is funny.
Jackass
You
is
freaking
funny.
jackass. Yeah, that's a good one. Fuck is definitely not.
Fuck is like, I mean, it you know.
Yeah.
But I would say bitch. I
would say shit. Shit. Because I say that all of the time.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I wish I could just be someone that goes, oh, hell. Oh, heavens.
And yet, for whatever reason. And it's like, honestly, it's not as though I curse that often. Like, it's not so much of my vocabulary that I feel like I depend on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just, when I was a kid, I was like, I will never say those words.
I thought that about drinking, too.
Yeah, me too. I was like, maybe I'll have red wine and that's it.
And you got to taste of what it's like. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I would say that's the main thing that I look at and I'm just like, that was a very, I really was like,
I am an angel.
all I have
sent
to say
from
is
the
nice
Lord.
things.
Yeah. Not me.
Turns out, nope.
Nope. All right, we've got beef.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Do you want to go first? You want me to
You
go
go
first?
ahead.
I have beef with a woman from our church. When we were about 8 years old at our congregational church. We were doing the Easter extravaganza. We might have been 11. I might be getting this wrong. Do you know what I'm about to say?
Yeah, I do know what you're about to say. I don't know how old we were. I think 11, like 11 or 12.
11 or 12. We were doing the Easter extravaganza. And upstairs in the
Easter
church
egg extravaganza. Go ahead.
You get it.
You got it.
We were upstairs doing crafts in the building that was across the street from the church. And we were doing crafts there. And Kelly and I were giggling with each other, having fun, as children do. Okay?
They don't want you to have fun at church, I guess.
They don't want you to have fun at church, I guess.
Not at our church.
Yeah.
Other churches do
yeah.
want you to have fun. Go ahead.
This woman looks at Kelly and I, and she goes, girls, if you're not helping, you're hurting. And if you're hurting, you might as well just go home. And I wanted to look at her and go, do you know how badly we want to go home? Do you think we want to be here?
Yeah, and even at that age, looking at her, I was like, I know that you're like 45, but I think you're a hoe.
I felt the same way. I was like, you're not, in regards to elders I would respect.
It's not you.
It's not you.
Well, because she was now the stepmom of those kids that were off.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you could tell, and her son was normal.
Yeah.
Quote unquote.
Yeah.
So I think she got married to the man and was like, I'm going to run this family. She was a witch.
She was.
She was like the classic. She was like the Parent Trap.
Yeah.
She was like that kind of a woman.
I don't think I knew the definition at that point in time of bitch, but when I heard the word bitch, I was like, I've met one of these.
I know one of these.
She talked to me at the Easter extravaganza.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, she was just
I just couldn't.
You can't be a tyrant at a church.
Yeah, we're not
Sunday school.
We're not your fucking kids.
No, you weirdo.
You want to talk to your kids or your husband's kids that way? Go ahead, but you're not going to talk to the two of us like that. The way we ratted her out, the way we ran to our mother, and
our mom knew within seconds
that she had talked to us that way. If you're not helping, you're hurting. If you're hurting, you might as well just go home. Oh, aren't you fun? God forbid we're enjoying ourselves at church.
You know what?
You
now
piece of
looking
shit.
back at it, you know what I wish I would have said?
Huh.
Fuck you.
What, you never heard of a personality hire?
We're here to have a good time. No kidding. I wish. Can you even imagine the look on her face?
Fuck you.
I can't even imagine how hilarious that would have been. That would have been, because I never swore ever when I was younger to look up and be like, oh, you know what? I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it to you. What was her name?
I forget her name.
Forget her name.
But I remember what she looked like.
I know what she looked like. I could, in a lineup, I could call her out for sure.
Yeah. Ugh.
There were some weirdos at that church.
There
too,
really
man.
were. There really were. Some people who really just they said that they were they're loving the Lord, but I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. You know what it is? You have these small towns. We grew up in a very small town, okay? Mm-hmm. First of all, and the town was divided, okay? There were very wealthy people in the town, and then there was just small towns. So you had a weird mix.
Yeah.
And so at our church, it was mixed.
Yeah.
It was very mixed.
Yeah, it was.
So you also had, in small towns, you also get like just real oddballs We're like
people who have their families have been in the town and will die in the
town, and they're just they're doing things where, you know, and I'm not trying to make fun of her and her sister, but never getting your hair cut.
Never.
Wearing limited too when you're 17.
And I blame the
Parents. Yeah.
There were two girls in our school who were never allowed to get their hair cut. And it was very strange.
It wasn't a religion thing because we went to the same church.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was, I don't know if they wanted their hair that long and never wanted to cut it, but
I don't think so. I think it was a weird thing.
It was a very bizarre scenario.
Yeah.
And there were things like just going on where it was kind of like, are they okay?
No.
What's going on?
I don't think they were okay.
It was very strange.
But that's the thing with small towns.
Yeah.
You get these weird stories.
And it's not, it didn't have something to do with, you know, just one of them because they were years apart. You know what I mean? So it must have been the parent. It must have been something with the parents. I don't know what they were thinking.
I don't know what they were thinking. But you know what was weird to me was somehow they were not rejected like we were.
They had friends totally fine.
They stayed in the friend group. You want to know why? Because they didn't fucking speak up. That's the problem.
Yeah.
They don't like it when you speak up.
They were meek with their long hair.
Uh-huh. Meek. Okay. All right. I'm going to do my...
Hen House open mic?
No. I got to do my... I got beef.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no. It's okay. It all kind of... You know what? A lot of our beef falls in the same line of people, I believe.
Yeah. That's
similar.
true.
Yeah. I guess we're upset about some things.
Who'd you beef with? Or was?
Allie and I were very formulaically exiled from Girl Scouts.
This was so bad.
This was so bad. We had a Girl Scout troop that was disbanding. And behind our backs, other girls went to other troops. And then we were not welcome in any troop.
They said that we weren't welcome into the troop that we were in. And then they added 2 girls to the troop. And then it was like there was no room in any troop for us.
We got kicked out.
We got kicked out. We don't really know why.
Because we were bad at making friends with the other girls.
That's true. We literally did always roll up being like, these hoes are stupid.
Well, I mean, come on.
It was just kind of annoying. It's like, yeah, of course so-and-so got 500 fucking cookie boxes sold. The dad took the sheet to the office. They didn't sell it. The dad did. Give the dad the money.
No fucking kidding.
I mean, honestly,
we were knocking on doors.
Your dad is selling trefoils. No. We weren't knocking on doors.
No.
We were scared to do that.
I don't even think we sold many. I think it was like, Mom,
can you ask Aunt Val?
Yeah, who wants cookies in the family? I'm not putting my foot out for anybody.
We've never been networkers in that regard.
No. And here's the other thing, though, is that we got to the level of Girl Scouts where it was the teal patch, the teal outfit. Once you get to the tan, if you're 17 wearing a tan Girl Scout thing.
It's like, listen, I know that Kelly and I were kind of losers, but we'd rather be losers outside of what is signified.
At least I'm not a loser in a tent. You know what I mean? Like, at least...
Oh, they always wanted to go on these stupid ass trips. You want to go to the horse ranch and you want to ride a horse? No.
Let me make this clear. I don't regret not being in Girl Scouts anymore.
Yeah. We're not mad. Honestly,
I'm mad. I'm mad because nobody had the balls.
Nobody had the balls to tell us we're kicked out.
Yeah, we were kicked out.
What, you think we couldn't handle it? Come on.
If we were kicked out officially, if they said you two aren't welcome here anymore, I would have laughed so hard.
I would have laughed.
But the fact that it was all kept under wraps to be mature.
Yeah. It's stupid. Say it to our fucking faces.
No. The other thing.
The 2 of us in our ribbons.
Go ahead. Say it.
We're kicked out, aren't we?
You don't want us anymore, huh?
I'm going home. I pick up my briefcase. Come on, Kel.
Thank God we had each other.
I mean, thank God. what would we?
Well, that's the other thing, though. If we didn't have each other, there's no way we would have been kicked out.
There's
the
no
problem
way.
is that we had each other. So it was a blessing and a
It's
curse.
like, yeah, Kelly and Allie be fine. Just kick him out.
Well, yeah. And
And
then
we didn't even fight it. We were like, okay.
all right.
All of a sudden, Mom's like, so you don't have Girl Scouts next week? And we're like, all right.
Really? Huh. Okay.
They stopped doing it? They stopped the whole show? She's like, no.
No, really? Are you going to make meatballs? I was more excited for dinner every night than anything else that happened at school. I could not give a fuck.
Oh, God, I love dinner.
If mom was like, hey, we're doing spaghetti and meatballs for dinner, I was like, shut everything down. I'm about to live tonight, okay? I did not care.
Yeah.
That was the thing. I mean, she had so many crushers. She had so many staples. And once we got to high school, she also started to experiment a bit more, like with the arrabbiata sauce or whatever the fuck, the spicy sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, she started to experiment. You know, you had the stuffed chicken.
Yeah. She
You
started
had
doing more stir fries.
Yeah,
She started
stir fries.
doing-
She was mixing
yeah,
it up a little
It
bit.
was great. It was great.
It was so good.
Dinner rocked.
Dinner ruled. Literally, I went through the day to get to dinner.
As long as I make it to dinner.
As long as I make it to dinner.
Well, I mean, and it was kind of, it was a thing in our house, obviously. Like, we all had dinner together every single night.
Every single night.
Every single night. It wasn't like, I'm going to go eat in my room. The fuck you aren't. If she said to me, I'm going to go eat in my room, I'd be like, no.
No, you weren't allowed to do that.
No.
That was just not happening.
And I think that's fine. Like, some people
Yeah.
are like, let your kids eat when they want.
No.
No. It's feeding time.
Well, you got to have some structure in this bitch, okay? You can't just be, no.
Just sit down and eat. Don't make it complicated.
I know. Well, also, Mom would spend an hour and a half making dinner.
Yeah.
She's going to make an hour and a half meal for you and you're going to go take it into your room, you fucking prick? Are you kidding me?
It's like, this is,
Also, I'll say this too. We like our parents.
Yeah.
We said this in the
That's
last
a big,
episode.
That's a big addition to why we feel the way that we do. We liked our parents.
Yeah. Well, even now, I mean, we'll go down to where they're living and just have dinner.
Oh, God, it's great.
Yeah, dinner has changed. Everyone has dietary shit now, but
still,
still.
it's still fantastic.
Yeah, and
I had
we have the
tacos
same-
with them last night. It was great.
Oh, I bet it was.
Had tacos, watch Big Daddy. Come on.
Really. I had Indian food alone. And it was good.
Good.
It was good.
Hen house open mic.
Hen house open mic. Okay, do you want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first. So this is a song called Cabbage Patch Kid.
Oh, the theme this week was old-fashioned toys.
Yeah. Okay.
Not old-fashioned, but old school,
So this this song is, picture it with like guitar. Like,
Okay.
every day I wake, I am laying in the lettuce. Every
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Should I start over?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'll keep it together.
Every day I wake, I am laying in the lettuce. Every day I pray for a bit of life's sweetness. Just a different plant I want to call my own. Just a different world I want to call my home. I wanna be a strawberry patch kid, a watermelon patch kid, a blueberry patch kid, but I'm so done with cabbage. I'm so done with cabbage. Who said you know what kids like cabbage? Who said you know what kids want cabbage? Who said that? Who said that? Find them and lock them up. I wanna be a strawberry patch kid, a watermelon patch kid, a blueberry patch kid, 'cause I'm so done with cabbage. I'm so done with cabbage. I'm so done with cabbage.
Phenomenal point. Phenomenal point. Beautiful singing. Obviously, great writing.
Thank you.
Such a good point, though. Cabbage, really? Man, was it the way that they like come out of the leaves?
So I looked this up.
Okay.
I did the research, okay? So Cabbage Patch, the legend has it that a young boy named Xavier Roberts.
Really?
Yeah. A young boy named Xavier Roberts was daydreaming one day, and these bunny bees, which were like a bunny and a bee at the same time, came over and were leading him to this place. And they led him to this place, and once he got there, it opened up, and there were rows upon rows of cabbage. And in the cabbage, heads were coming up, and there were babies, okay?
This guy was baked off his ass. What the fuck?
So anyway, the bunny bees would sprinkle their fairy dust so that the kids in the Cabbage Patch would grow. And once they grew, they would go play in a little land until they were adopted by people like us.
That's nuts. They're so cute, too. Cabbage Patch kids are very cute. The cutest doll, probably.
How funny is that?
That's crazy. They were so soft.
So that's why when you purchase them, it says, like, adopt me. Because it's technically from the Cabbage Patch Kid field.
Holy shit. That rules.
I know.
Great song.
Thank you. Go ahead.
All right, I have a hymnal. Okay. I'm going to do my best. Okay. Oh Lord, you treat me like a yo-yo. Wherever you lead me, I go. Oh Lord, you treat me like a slinky. Budding, dink. Your love is like a toy store. When I think you're done, you've got more. You've got more than a toy store. Oh Lord, you treat me like a doll. You pick me up when I fall. Oh Lord, you treat me like a bouncy ball. You make me feel tall. Your love is like a toy store. When I think you're done, you've done. I think you're done, you've got more. You've got more than a toy store. Finn. Thank you.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
You treat me like a toy store.
Thank you.
Wow. Good stuff.
Good
stuff.
Good stuff.
You didn't have much for bouncy ball.
Oh, I had already done doll and then fall and then bouncy ball. And then I was like, doll.
Running out of options.
Running out of options, yeah.
Oh, man. Well, what an episode.
What an episode. This was fun.
This was really fun.
I have not laughed that hard in a minute.
I know. If you guys have any ideas for episodes going forward, if you want them to be themed in some sort of way,
just let us know.
Yeah, let us know. This has been really, really fun. And please leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, and be sure to follow us. Follow our Instagram.
This is Kelly Ryan.
This is Kelly Ryan. I am Allie Ryan, and then NIGHTCOOP podcast. Thank you so much, and we'll see you guys next week.
Woohoo!
Bye-bye.
See ya.